What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I want to talk about some big data that's coming out very soon and how this may affect the markets. But just know that I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposits $2,000, you're guaranteed 30. So as far as the market is going, as of right now, we're looking a bit more bullish as we got some good news. There's been a lot of talk from mainstream media about how Donald Trump could be eyeing a bigger, better trade deal with China. And U.S. officials are saying that they are considering whether they could strike a deal with China that would ramp up its purchases of American goods and investments in the USA. This has been quite optimistic so far. When this news came out, the market started to push. This is one factor that played a role in the pump. There's also been a lot of talk about potential tariff increases for automotives, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals, especially at about 25%. That's not guaranteed. It was implied by Trump at one point, but we're still waiting to see how this will go. There's still a lot of negotiations to be made, but this is just a little bit premature. However, I'm seeing headlines about this, so I just want to call it out at least for the time being. That's part of why the market is pushing. There's also a lot of optimism associated with FOMC right now. So we don't have FOMC technically, it's just the FOMC minutes. It's going to be a report on paper coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in less than 2 hours from now. When this report comes out, it's going to give us a lot more insights from what the other Fed officials have to say, other than Jerome Powell. And then we'll listen to see, are they, very, very excited about the economy? Are they more and more stringent? What are their views on interest rates and the overall systems? We'll have to wait and see what the Fed ends up announcing. What is their view about the economy? We'll just have to wait and see. The minutes may cause a very, very big move. Just know the last time Jerome Powell has spoken, he was more optimistic about the economy. He did pump the market to some extent, and he remained very, very optimistic involving U.S. The U.S. economy when it comes to like inflation. He mentioned that inflation is still on a downtrend. It's on track to meeting their targets, despite the fact that it's still elevated. Those were his exact words. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see what the Fed ends up giving us. So at this point, SPY is a bit more bullish. We'll see if we could try to get back above 612. The main range to watch for is between 610 and 612. If 610 fails us, we're going to be at risk of returning to 608. If we break past 612.5, we remain even more bullish. We're trying to push closer to the 612s. We're seeing buyers who are defending so far because SPY dumped about the 609s only to get bought back up. But whether or not we get a big dump or pump depends on the FOMC minutes, so please keep that in mind. If the minutes are very, very bullish, and if we do end up seeing a big move where we break 612.5, then this could start breaking out for like new all-time highs towards 615. If it's the opposite and we end up losing 610, we're looking for a dump to 608 or below. If that fails, this 605 is next. We are favoring upside for now. If you look at this from a technical standpoint, buyers are defending. We dumped to 609 only to get bought back up, and we're holding above our EMAs quite well. So we are bullish from a technical basis. Now, things could change. Things could completely change depending on how this data looks. So get ready for this big data. Will it cause a dump or a pump? We'll have to wait and see. Sometimes it could be unpredictable. So be very, very open-minded. You want to be very, very lucrative. So get ready just to be safe. And then for the QQQ, it's the same thing essentially. So if we're bullish, if we get a big pump, we're going to be looking for a break of the all-time high towards 541 to push to 542.5 and 545. If we turn back down, we end up losing 538. We're looking for a dump to 535. It could go either way. We're favoring upside with this wick forming right here, so this could try to push even more. So I think we're doing a great job. For now, we held support around 536, and buyers have a bigger edge. They defended this so nicely. But we'll see if we are going to get a rug pull or not. It could go either way. The main thing is going to be this data release. So once this is out, we'll see how things end up going. For others out there, we have ES, which is looking a bit more bullish. As long as we're above 61.37, we're looking for an attempt for 61.68. If we end up losing 61.16, we could be turning back down. We're looking a bit more bullish on ES, trying to get close to all-time highs right up here, especially because we're holding with our 20 EMA so far. So I see potential in this, at least nonetheless. So we'll see depending on how things end up going, especially with more data coming out. For NQ, we look bullish we are favoring 22,300 plus. If we lose 22,184 and 22,000 flat, we turn back down, but I am favoring upside a little bit more, at least from a technical basis. So we'll see if we get the support we need from the FOMC reports, the minutes report. So give it some time, but overall, there's most definitely potential in this chart. For Nvda, we're on an uptrend. Notice that we came very close to our 20 EMA around the 136s, then we bounced. So far, buyers are trying to push us back close to 140. If we could hold above that, we're looking for a nice rebound. So far, we haven't done that, but there's potential. So we're doing a great job so far, and there are buyers who are defending it. If we're bearish, you want to see us lose 136.7. If we're bullish, you want to hold above 141. Overall, I think we look a bit more in favor of bulls, but we'll see just to be safe depending on this data. Tesla looks a bit more bullish. We broke out of this wedge. Now we're trying to hold above 363, which is awesome, but the resistance is a little bit tough around our 50 EMA. And then, yes, although Tesla is looking bullish, nothing is guaranteed until we get the FOMC minutes reports. If we hold through this and we close above 363, I think we could get close to 370 soon. If we end up rejecting, we lose 348, we will turn back down. For now, it looks more bullish from a technical basis because we have a potential inverse head and shoulders. There's like a left shoulder here, a head and then a right shoulder, a left shoulder, head, and then like the right shoulders right here. So this is favoring the upwards direction, trying to get close to the 370s as long as we're above 363. Tesla's doing a great job at holding up. It has a lot of potential. It's outperforming the market, especially as the Cybertruck got a very, very good rating from the NHTSA. But just keep in mind, despite Tesla trying to push, we have to be very patient with all our data coming out. For a few more, we have AMD trying to break out right here, is trying to break out of this resistance. We're not officially breaking it. We're kind of flat right now. I would love to see NVIDIA try to break this. Sorry, not NVIDIA, AMD try to break this. That would be a good sign if we end up doing that, trying to get back up to where these imbalances happen to be. So for AMD, if we manage to get back above like 116, we're looking for an attempt to push for 120. If we end up losing 113, we turn back down. It is looking a bit more bullish, but we'll see depending on the minutes. For coin, with the report coming out, we're looking for 260 to see if that holds. If it holds, we try to bounce. If not, we could dip. For Amazon, we're on a bit of a downtrend, making lower highs. We have to see if we could get back above 225. If not, we could be dipping to 222. So keep that in mind as well. Meta dipped all the way down to 700. We got to hold 700, try to get back above 708. We could try to bounce as long as 700 holds. If it does not hold, we could dump more. So it depends on if we can close above that or not. The daily looks like it wants to bounce, but we'll see just to be safe if 700 holds. Microsoft looks like it wants to push for about 412, so it's looking a little bit more promising. And then Google / Alphabet's looking a bit more promising, trying to get back up to 187 to 189. If we end up losing 183, we turn back down. Otherwise, we're in a range. We do look a bit more bullish, but this depends on what happens with all this data. So give this some time. I thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And just know that the market is looking very, very interesting right now. We are favoring bulls, at least from a technical basis. The bulls have a bigger edge. But will we end up getting a rug pull at least later on in the next like 2 hours or not? We'll see depending on this data. So if you're holding any options, be careful. If you're holding futures, be careful, guys. Wait and see this data at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in just a couple of hours. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for listening, and peace out.